Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel, Turkish Spotlight Secrets. Today I'm bringing you a deep, clear, and story-driven breakdown of a single evening that somehow turned into a national conversation. All the details are in this video. If you like thoughtful recaps told without noise, please hit the like button, subscribe, and, if you'd like to support our work, tap the join button below. Thank you, and let's get into it. The night was supposed to belong entirely to Gupse Özay. Months of careful planning had shaped a premiere that felt less like a red carpet parade and more like a salute to craft. The pre-show press call limited to a tight window, lighting pre-tested to flatter real skin rather than overexpose it, and a guest list that blended longtime collaborators with a younger generation of comedians and filmmakers she has quietly mentored. The tone was unmistakable: celebration with purpose, not spectacle for spectacle's sake. Gupse arrived exactly on time, poised and bright, fielding questions with the quick intelligence audiences love her for. She thanked her crew by name instead of reciting a generic list. She redirected a gossip-angled prompt back to the film's themes. She offered a small story about a tough night shoot and how a grip's improvised solution saved the day. Everything about her presence said, "Tonight is about the work." Then the absence started to hum. Where was Barış Arduç? Within minutes, that hum turned into a chorus. On social media, parallel timelines formed. One group treated the empty space at Gupse's side like a clue from a detective novel. A second group urged patience and professional courtesy. People have conflicting schedules, full stop. A third group tried to turn back to the movie, posting behind-the-scenes snippets and sound bites from the director of photography. But the algorithm prefers friction, and friction it got. Insiders would later point out something mundane that rarely satisfies a rumor cycle. Barış had a locked work commitment out of town that predated the Gala's final date. It wasn't glamorous, it was a calendar reality. Attempts were made to adjust call times, a late, quiet arrival was even sketched out. Logistics 1. He didn't attend. That is where most stories end. This one, however, grew new branches. Because whenever Barış Arduç trends, a name echoes alongside his whether it makes narrative sense or not: Elçin Sangu. Their shared screen history lives rent-free in the public imagination. A decade may pass, a certain chemistry remains a shorthand. So as soon as "Where is Barış" began to climb, "What does Elçin think?" followed, even though she had no involvement in the film, the event, or the scheduling conflict. It's the cost of iconic pairing. Two careers permanently braided in the collective memory, even when the day's news belongs to someone else. Let's park the triangle that headlines tried to force and walk through what actually happened. Inside the venue, Gupse kept the focus where it belonged. She didn't feed the storm by performing discomfort or offering a tidy quote that the tabloids could mount on a headline. She did what professionals do when the narrative tries to run away from the work: she centered the film. Colleagues noticed. Actors who have lived through their share of noisy nights praised her steady footing. The moviegoers who came for cinema felt seen. As for Barış, the story the rumor mill struggled to amplify is the unexciting one: he was working. People who romanticize the industry forget how unromantic it often is: shooting in a different city, squeezing fittings between scenes, writing notes on the back of a call sheet. In that world, support doesn't always look like a red carpet photo. Sometimes it looks like a midnight phone call, a bouquet that arrives after everyone's gone home, a message to a producer whose quiet labor deserves public thanks. Those gestures don't trend, but their sincerity outlives a hashtag. And Elçin Sangu? She was drafted into the conversation not because of any action, but because nostalgia is an accelerant. Viewers remember a golden run and reach for it every time a fresh moment lacks an easy narrative. That reflex is human, it is also unfair. Elçin's name became a trending topic despite having no factual tie to the evening's logistics. It's a useful reminder: a topic can be popular without being relevant. Why did this non-appearance become a magnet for projection? Because fame creates a strange intimacy. People feel they know public figures personally. A smile becomes a cipher, silence becomes a statement. Into those blanks, audiences pour their own stories: loyalty, betrayal, distance, closeness. The reality is usually more prosaic. An actor misses a gala because a shoot ran long. A director keeps her eyes on the work and moves on. The rest is the echo chamber spinning volume out of very little. There is a bigger conversation worth having, though, and it sits underneath the noise. It's about boundaries, and the many forms support can take in a profession that asks for both visibility and restraint. Gupse, Özay and Barış Arduç have never farmed their private lives for clicks. They have protected the things that matter, families kept out of the glare, friendships that don't need a camera to certify them, and a simple rule that has guided them for years: let the work speak first. You can agree or disagree with the strategy, but you cannot deny the consistency. Consistency, by the way, is the unglamorous backbone of an artistic life. It's rehearsal even when you're tired. It's showing up on time every time. It's saying no to publicity that deforms the story the team is trying to tell. It's refusing to turn a premiere into a referendum on a relationship. If we measured success not by trending hours but by the care with which artists honor their collaborators, the picture of the evening would look different: a creator who delivered, a cast who showed up for the film, and a partner who didn't attend rather than distract. In the days following the gala, the temperature cooled. A short, warm message of congratulations appeared on a private channel and then, later, in public, short enough to be graceful, specific enough to be real. Crew members posted wrap photos, the kind that mean more to the people in them than to anyone outside the room. Reviewers weighed in on the film itself. And the internet, as it always does, moved on to the next flashpoint. But the questions linger, and they're worth asking out loud because they affect every fan community, not just this one. What do we expect from artists at their most public? Do we demand a photograph as proof of love? Do we believe support only counts when it can be shared? Are we willing to accept that not every absence hides a secret, and not every silence conceals a sting? There is also a question about how we treat names we link forever to earlier lightning in a bottle. Bringing Elçin Sangu into a conversation that doesn't involve her is not a tribute, it's a disservice. She, too, has a current path that deserves attention on its own terms. The best way to honor a legacy pairing is to celebrate the work that made it legendary while letting each artist be more than a memory. If you're a longtime follower of Turkish cinema and television, you know this cycle. A night meant for craft is tilted toward gossip. An absence becomes a symbol. A third name is invoked for resonance. And then, somewhere between the flash and the feed, a quieter truth gets lost: the work is the point. The rest is wind. So here's a gentle proposal to close with. Next time a premiere runs without a familiar face on the carpet, try this experiment. Read the credits. Listen to the Q&A, look for the gaffer's trick that saved a scene, the editor's cut that breathed emotion into a sequence, the line a writer shaved to make the dialogue honest. Ask whether the people on that stage gave you something worth your time. If they did, they have earned a night free from narratives that were never theirs. Thank you for watching this long-form breakdown. If you appreciate context over chaos, tap like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive. Your support lets us keep spotlighting the work while treating artists like people, not plot devices. If you want to go further and help this channel grow, click join to become a member. We use that support to research carefully, script responsibly, and keep the conversation respectful. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.